you stopped the losing streak. You do it against rival Sonoma. How huge was that you stop the losing streak and get back on track?
Any win's a big win in this conference. We're excited. We know how tough they are, and we've learned firsthand this year that every game is tough, and you can't go in and expect to win without showing up. And so there's been a few times in this stretch that we haven't played our best, and we haven't played very inspired, and that resulted in some losses. And so coming out and playing hard and then having the win as a result is something that our players will value and appreciate, and we're excited about.
Last couple of weeks you've talked about making some changes to the lineup, and Danielle getting to start Thursday and Saturday. With her starting, did you feel like there was that she made an impact with the starting lineup?
Yeah, Danny comes in and is always excited in practice. She's always focused. She's always works hard and then defends and gets our scorers and into position. Finds them and gets them the ball. It's not the main reason why we won. We also had some people healthy that weren't playing in the weeks before, and we're just kind of mixing things up and trying to figure out any way that it's going to help give us a spark.
So after a couple starts, are you comfortable with this lineup? Is the same lineup you'll use Friday night?
I have no idea who's going to start on Friday. Cal State LA is a different beast than San Francisco and Sonoma. We look at game by game. We'll take a look at who practices well this week, who contributes. We've given lots of different people opportunity to contribute and to whether it's scoring, rebounding, energy, a variety of different things. So we look at the whole package, and then we look at the matchup and who's going to match up well against LA. And we mix up our starting lineup, but you look at the total minutes, and they're about the same for everybody.
Okay, so you go on the road this week, Cal State, LA, and how do you prepare for a team like that?
They're tough. LA is second in the conference. They're very guard heavy. I think their top 6 scorers are guards, and they really defend well and get up and down and put some points on the board. And so we have to find out a way to slow down Cassandra Williams. She's a really great guard, one of the best in the conference, while also focusing on the whole team. They do a nice balanced attack. She sits on the top with almost 20 points a game, so we definitely have to focus on her. But they have so many people that can go for 20 on any given night, so it's got to be a collective effort.
Now you guys are more concerned about Wentz. Elisa Petty, she scores a career high 31 points. She continues to have a great season. But still, the conferences, you have to recognize her as the player of the week. Not personally for her, it's not.
Did it come out this week?
It's not a big deal, but
it did. It wasn't her.
It wasn't her, but as a coach, you kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I think teams have to win, and in order, I agree at some point where your team needs to do well in order for people to get accolades. I think Lisa's one of the best, if not the best, guard in the conference, and so it would be nice for her to get recognized. But I know that's not why she plays or why she does well. She wants us to win more than score points.
It was the gal from Chico, Monty Davidson Mays, by the way, was the player of the week. Talk about Lisa, since we're on the subject. She is 17 rebounds away from being in the Triple Crown of all the major categories. Obviously I'm not recruiting the players, I'm not that close to the team. I just remember as a role player as a freshman year, and then she really blossomed her sophomore year. Talk about the player she's become over the years, and as you've had an ability to coach her up, and your thoughts on Lisa overall.
Well, the reason why we brought her in was her ability to rebound, as you say, at the guard position. That was one of her strengths. She could shoot it, but she could also rebound, and she came in the senior class was Paige, Andrea Bobick, who were big rebounders, and so we knew that they were going to be graduating, and we needed to have a guard that could step in her sophomore year, ready to play, ready to hit the boards. And so she brings all 3 things. It's some one thing that we saw coming in, and then she's ultra competitive, and so that's I think half the battle is finding somebody that can be self-motivated, that wants to win more than anything else. And those kind of players, you look at back in our record book since I've been here, those are the ones that stand out and that break records, are people that want to win above all else, and then the stats and the records tend to come along with that.
For the Lumberjacks, Ellie Anderson's been doing a nice job scoring. It seems like for a lot of time in her career, you wanted her to step up and be a major factor on the team. It just hasn't happened for whatever reason. It feels like over the last couple games, she's finally stepping in and accepting that role as a role player, as a major role player on this team, and really a threat offensively for your team.
Yeah, we brought it to the attention. I mean, we've always talked to her about going to score, and we kind of put it in the forefront to the whole team as well. And you're looking at, she's leading the conference in field goal percentage, yet she was on that list. She was 30th in attempts taken, and so we were trying to get her the ball a little more often, in position to score, and then as well, we're not shooting the ball well, so we need to find, get the ball inside, try to have her go to work, and then if she draws a double team, then have higher percentage shots, our 3-pointers coming from the inside out. So kind of a double-edged sword there. We kind of want to look at that balanced attack a little more.
Katie Richards has been a great player her career, and she got off to a real nice start this season. She struggled. I don't know how much injuries have played a role in it. Can you guys get Katie going again? Because when she's playing well, you guys are a very tough team to beat. And I mean, I don't know, your thoughts on just trying to get her heated up and being the player that she can be.
Yeah, we obviously we expect her to be doing well, and she's really frustrated, and it's heartbreaking for us because nobody works harder than her during the entire year. She's in the best shape of anybody on the team. She works year round to get into that shape, and I think she just kind of puts too much pressure on herself, and because her shot isn't falling, it has affected whether she gets to the basket, whether she takes some of the other chippy shots, and so we're trying to work on getting her some looks that aren't 3-pointers, and so we can kind of get that confidence back, and we think it'll come. She's a great player. We tell you're not in the career record book because it was a fluke. You can shoot it, and so we're trying to get her to get that confidence back. But in order to do that, try to get some easier ones, getting steals and going in transition, getting layups, getting the free throw line, other ways to get some points on the board.
I asked Danielle this question. I'll ask you too. Is this team right now, as you go on the road, which is going to be a tough road trip, LA's deep. I think they have 12 players back from last year. I was really impressed both times I saw them play last year, and Dominguez Hills with the new coach, Goodenbauer, who you're of course familiar with. Is this team closer to that 3-1 team that started the CC2A off, or that team that hit the losing streak? I mean, where is this team, do you think, right now?
I think we're better than we were at the beginning. When you look at when we were 3-1, we're a better team now. Yeah, we don't have the wins that justify it, I guess, but we're a better team. You take a basket here or there, and all of a sudden, our record is flip-flopped, and so I think we're much improved as a group. We're much improved defensively. We turn the ball over less, and a lot of different things, and it's just stringing those possessions together to get stops and to be able to score, and we shot the ball a little better to start the season, and now we're kind of trying to figure that part out and get some other looks from people, but I think we're better.
LA, I'm sure you're pretty familiar with, same coach, 12 players back. Dominguez has a lot of new players, young players, a couple transfers. A coach that you're familiar with, but in a new setting. What do you know about the Toros and Saturday night's game?
Dominguez is going to bring it. Molly does a good job of getting her players to play hard. They defend, and it is a virtual unknown in the fact that they, have new players. We don't know, their tendencies as well yet. So we'll look at film, but we do know the type of style. Having Molly coaching at Chico in the past and playing some of those, the similar. Formations on offense and a similar type of defense. So we know they're going to defend well, they're going to work hard, they're going to be physical, and it's going to be a really tough game there.